Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. Today we're talking about the upcoming Capcom Cup 12 and some of the ongoing issues with it. The main issue that we have talked before on the channel still persists in that it's going to the pay-per-view model. For the life of Capcom Cup, it was always, hey, when it's on, just watch it, go crazy, right? Enjoy. Big tournament where the best of the best are at and usually leads to a lot of hype moments, like last year's Blaz vs. Kakaroo. And now there's some even more problems showing up than what we've already had with the pay-per-view model, because say we have another hype moment like Blaz vs. Kakaroo this year, I can't even show you B-roll of it anymore. So Capcom put out some new language and the FGC is reacting fairly poorly to it. So let's talk about some of the recent updates Capcom is making to the new Capcom Cup. Now, it's pretty verbose as far as the language goes, so I'll just kind of cut it to the actual pertinent bits. For the enjoyment of our paying subscribers, we ask that you refrain from publicly sharing footage of the Capcom Cup 12 and the Street Fighter League World Championship 2025 finals on video streaming services, social media, and any other online or offline platforms without permission of Capcom. Streams, posts, and other exploitation of the footage made in violation of our rules not only constitute copyright infringement, but also undermine the trust of our other customers who have purchased our paid content. Accordingly, we will take appropriate measures, including but not limited to requesting removal. So basically, if you show or talk about Capcom Cup, they're gonna copyright strike you. And just to let you know, they ain't joking. I've been copyright striked by Capcom before for showing Street Fighter League footage in the past. And it's the big boy channel killing kind of copyright strike, not the slap on the wrist kind. Wasn't a fun time, so rest assured, whenever Capcom Cup 12 happens and there's like hype moments and maybe it's the match of the year, I won't be talking about it because I'm not going to get my channel copyright striked for it because it's not worth it. Now there is more context here, so I'd be remiss if I didn't add this extra bit. After the conclusion of the event and after the content has been made available for free on YouTube/Twitch, anyone may stream or use the video content for English language YouTube Twitch streams only in accordance with our co-streaming regulations and video guidelines. We sincerely thank all fans of our games and esports for their continued support and remain committed to delivering even more engaging content. So no, the footage of Capcom Cup 12 will not be locked away in the vault forever, but my understanding is it's going to be like a week plus before it goes up. Which in a vacuum is perfectly fair, right? If you're charging pay-per-view money, you don't want to put it up for free the next day. But then again, a lot of the issue is, hey, you're charging pay-per-view money, right? And for at least for a purely content creator kind of thing, if I can't touch it for a week plus after the fact, it's already old news. The idea of these events is it's sort of basically advertising for the game, right? You want people to talk about it online. Like when the big sporting event happens and something cool happened, whatever it may be, you're going to see clips on social media like, oh my God, it's so cool. Then people want to check it out. And now, instead, if you try to share a hype moment, you're going to eat a copyright strike, which is less than ideal. And the FGC as a whole here, people are not loving it. They're not digging it. No clipping during an event like this is an easy way to stomp on the possibility of creating organic buzz and engagement of the new audiences. Hope Capcom Fighters relents on this. There is just no way Capcom isn't aware of how horribly they handled the pay-per-view with this year's Capcom Cup. Do they intentionally want to make their own fans unhappy and lose interest in this and future Capcom Cup events? We even got IDOM here, right? I have to say I've watched every single Capcom Cup, even back when it was Marvel 3 and Marvel Infinite. We're a part of them as well. This is the least interested myself, and a lot of others have been in one in a while. Pay-per-view and really killing the hype. And I gotta agree, it's not ideal. I've watched every Capcom Cup as well, and this is probably gonna be the first one I miss. And it's not just so much the pay-per-view money, because it's not that expensive realistically, but it's kind of the concept of it as a whole, really. And the fact that if I'd want to watch for free, then you have to watch in Battle Hub, which is less than ideal. It's cool they did it, but it's also limited. If Battle Hubs are full, then you can't do it. There's a lot of things about this that just make this like a naked cash grab when this shouldn't be about making money. This is, well, it's about making money, but it's about selling the game. It's about selling DLC. It's about raising the profile of your game by showing what high-level mastery of your game is all about, right? It shouldn't exist to make money in and of itself off pay-per-view sales, which I'm sure will be all right, but not huge. Like, rest assured, they're doing this because they think it'll make money, but is it worth the bad press kind of money? I don't know. Like, some people are having fun with it, like, oh, you got to hear the Capcom Cup results on the radio if you're not watching. Joking, oh, I spoiled the results, I'm put in jail. A good half of this reads like a threat. Spoiler, because it is a threat. They are serious about it. I'm proof they do not mess around on this. And granted, to be fair, like, there's other ways. I mentioned the Battle Hub, but there is other ways. Like, you can apparently watch for free on several foreign apps, although you do have to use a VPN to use them to begin with. But in the end, it's about perception, it's about press, right? And like, just look at this. Brian F., no coverage, social media clips, transformative content, news reporting, Capcom Cup finals until over a week later. This stifles any chance of organic buzz from Capcom Cup to grow interest in the scene. I hope the Japan esports division is aware of the risk. Brutus, the Pro Tour was built on the backs of the hard work of the community. Events like EVO, CEO, and Combo Breaker didn't come from nowhere. Monetizing and restricting this giant celebration that's a result of that hard work is inexcusable behavior. Do not buy the pay-per-view. Shine, it's like they're trying their hardest to further kill any interest I had in watching Capcom Cup this year. It's such a shame since Street Fighter 6 as a product is so good, especially in comparison to Street Fighter 5, where this was the opposite issue. I'm sleep. Famshep, this just went from one of the highlights of my year to completely missable. Valor, I've never truly won a fighting game event to fail before, but I hope this one gets as little viewership and interest as it deserves. Actively shutting out content creators and fans with pay-per-view and sanctioning restreaming seems very intelligent sarcasm. Amor, do you want us to care about Capcom Cup or not? Because a week after this is over, we're off paying attention to something else already. And that one hits home because, yo, the night this is happening is the window you have. You're dropping the Alex patch right after Capcom Cup 12, right? Which has Alex and a balance patch, which is hopefully up to everyone's expectations, right? So the moment for Capcom Cup to breathe to the greater public is while it's happening. Because once Alex and that patch is out, this stuff is old news. Doubly so for us in the content creation world, where we can't talk about it or show it for like a week plus later. It's really old news, right? So your best chance for critical mass is as it's happening, where people are sharing, posts on Facebook, Twitter, social media, all that kind of stuff, and you're actively blocking that for the sake of the pay-per-view. But like, hey, I watch wrestling, right? Like the wrestling pay-per-view stuff, it gets out there. Like it's gonna happen. In fact, the official accounts, they encourage it. They post the clips themselves. So you want to tune in and see what all the fuss is about. So I don't know, we'll see. It could very well be the case this is an experiment in that this will not happen again next year. Kind of a big wait and see on that one, I guess. But it's very clear as far as the community goes, like people were already not happy about the pay-per-view model out of the gate. And now these kind of extra draconian measures after the fact saying, yo, you better not talk about this or show it or anything. That it's just not a PR win. Now, rest assured, the people handling this are a different division than the people who make Street Fighter 6 proper. So people like Takayuki Nakayama, the producer of Street Fighter 6, do not have say in what happens here. Capcom Game Division, Esports Division, Marketing, like it's all separate entities. But rest assured, anyways, it kind of is what it is. It's not too far long away now. And this may very well be the Capcom Cup with the least amount of hype. And maybe the least amount of legacy, because the moment we would be talking about it, we can't. And then on to Alex and the patch, and then who cares? So I guess we'll see where this leaves us in the end. But it doesn't seem like good business in the end, regardless if you make a few more bucks short term. Would love to know what you guys think about it. Please post in the comments below. But otherwise, that is the news for now. And that's it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. And go out and play some Street Fighter.